Hi, I'm Anna, a Pilates teacher, and we're going to focus a couple of exercises on the pelvic floor, something that you can habit stack and you can take throughout your daily routine, so you don't have to necessarily come to a Pilates class to do these exercises. The first thing is our equipment. This is a Pilates ball, and if you look, it's quite squishy. They're really easy to find online. You can get them. If you don't want to buy anything and you want to just try it without, you can use a cushion to do a similar thing, so you don't need to buy one, but they're not expensive, like I said, so they are a good option. So first of all, I'm going to take the ball, I'm going to place it in between my knees, and I'm going to think about the position of my pelvis before I do anything else, and the alignment of my whole body. My feet are about hip distance apart, my tailbone is tucked down towards the ground. Let's just move that pelvic area. So the pelvis is this central part of in between the hips, so your pelvis runs all the way through hip to hip, okay, and it's really a really key part in stabilizing the lower part of our spine. So let's tuck our tailbone under, and the tailbone, the bottom part of your spine, should be pointing down. Like I said, let's just move forwards and tuck under and just get that movement, get that lower part of the spine a little bit warmer, a little bit more fluid. And this is the kind of exercise you can do, literally standing, waiting for the kettle to boil, brushing your teeth, just warming that lower part of your spine up. Okay, keep that tailbone down so your pelvic is into neutral, next to your rib cage. Make sure your ribs aren't pushed forward. Look what happens, I'm lengthening my torso, so my abs are already strong, lengthened. I want to be stronger with the core, so I want to control. You think about those muscles shortening, and that's where I want to be. Okay, so next, I want you to roll the shoulders and be nice and long with your spine. So just a few simple tips there for your alignment and posture. Now, let's think about our pelvic floor. In fact, I want you to forget the word and the phrase pelvic floor. I want you to squeeze the ball, squeeze that ball, and just try and tune into the muscle groups. So let's tune into the inner thighs, squeeze and tune into the inner thighs. And then we're going to try and add in the core. So we exhale and we pull that core in and release. Exhale, pull the core in and release. And now we're going to squeeze into the glutes as well. So we're squeezing the inner thigh, we're squeezing the glutes, and we're pulling and tightening into the core. So inhale, release. Exhale, tighten. Inhale, release. Exhale, tighten. Let's do a few more. So we'll do this in standing. We're controlling. Maybe you need to layer on the inner thighs, then add the glutes, and eventually we'll add the core as well. So it's 3 muscle groups. Okay, so that's just a standing position. Now we're going to change the position and posture of our body. So let's sink into our heels just slightly. Imagine you're sitting onto a bar stool, still with that tailbone tucked under, ribs connected to the hips, shoulders roll back. And now we do the same again. Just squeeze that ball and release. And it's slowly. So we exhale as we squeeze and release. Think of those 3 muscle groups. Let's layer on into the core. So squeeze and release. Let's add the glutes. So squeeze and release. And we're trying really hard to combine all 3 muscle groups. And what we're doing is we're pulling up, we're controlling, and we're thinking, without using that word, the pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to go deeper. So we're going to go into more of a squat position, and you're probably used to this if you go to the gym. So tuck your tailbone under, and here we squeeze and release it slowly. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. We'll do a few more. Remember, we're layering on. So we've got the glutes, we've got the core, and we have got the inner thigh. Let's do 2 more. Last one, and bring it all the way back up. Okay, so I want to go all the way back down to that squat position. So let's sink back down and reaching those arms out in front, tucking my tailbone under. And as I come up, I'm going to squeeze to come all the way to the top. So we inhale as we come down, and we exhale. So the focus is still on that pelvic floor, so I'm squeezing that ball, but I'm making it more as I push all the way through. We'll do 4, 3, 2. Can you feel that lifting and that control? Last one. Okay, I want you to stay down. Okay, so we've done lots of slower work. Now let's add in a little bit more of a faster pace So we've got different muscle groups. Now we're going to try and squeeze that ball, so our fast twitch fibers are really having to switch on. Squeeze, squeeze, pull, inner thigh, glutes and that core. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Well done. Okay, sink back to that bar stool, tuck your tailbone under. From this position, I now want you to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can you add the layers of muscles? Keep going. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1. And all the way back up. Excellent work. Well done. They're really simple exercises. I will write them down and you can do them whilst you're in the house. The kettle is on. You could do some of them whilst you're brushing your teeth. The cushion is an alternative instead of the ball. We can roll it up. We can place it in between the knees just to squeeze that ball. Squeeze and get that control. And there you go. That's that little focus on our pelvic floor. Hope you enjoy it.